What was your actual goal when we first started out?
I really had two goals. The first was to help with weight loss. Like a lot of people during COVID, I gained a little bit of weight, and I'd always been pretty athletic, pretty good runner. I really wanted to add weight training along to it so I could really get back in shape for running. I wanted to add strength. I'm in my 50s, and I know that as you get older, you need to add strength training, resistance training to reduce injury.
Like as we started working together, right? What do you think the most helpful part of that coaching process was?
I think the biggest thing was really designing a routine that was very specific to my situation and my age and my goals. There's tons of stuff online, but they always seem to be a little generic, or they're done for people in very different situations in mind. I mean, the biggest part where you were helping me say, okay, Jason, what specifically are your goals? What's your situation? Are you injury prone? What are you looking to do? What are you comfortable doing in the gym? That was incredibly helpful.
I'm glad.
It felt really personalized, which was really cool.
And I appreciate you saying that and like noticing that, because that's one of my favorite aspects of the work that I'm doing online. I try to make this service as customized as possible, and also just try to treat every client like they're my only client. And
I've always felt that way during our sessions, right? I never felt like you were saying, okay, here's the same workout I gave to 10 other people.
Yeah, exactly, man. Aside from, the program itself, like what was the most helpful part of having me as a coach and having me keep you accountable and talking with you and bullshitting with you and all that?
It was great having the accountability, but I always felt like it's a partnership and not like telling, some subordinate what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And that partnership is really important for me, right? It's like I feel like, we're on the same team together. You're the coach, I'm the player. You want me to be successful. We want the whole team to be successful. So it was really cool. It's not like someone just yelling at you saying, well, what the hell? Why?
Yeah.
It's good to have someone keeping eyes on you. And there's a little bit of pressure because like you want to do well by someone. If your coach is taking the time or your trainer is taking the time to put something together, you don't want to blow them off. The thing I liked about you is sort of there was no judgment involved.
Yeah.
If I got off track, you never came back and kicked me in the butt.
Yeah.
But you tried to help figure out, okay, what went sideways? Hey, is everything going okay? If I said that, look, I had a really tough week with travel for work, you'd say, okay, not a problem. Let's get your next workout, drop the weight back a little bit, make it more of a whole body workout as opposed to targeting just upper body or lower body.
Yeah. And
then you'd always find a way to help me get back on track.
When I was in Little League in like 4th grade, I had a coach who just screamed at me every time I made a mistake. I never played sports again in my whole life because I just hated it. It was it was like torture. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna coach that way. If there is any form of a setback, the best way to go about that is to just meet the person where they're at and like try to come up with an actual solution and game plan. What would you say is the biggest change you've seen in yourself since starting this? Physical, mental, anything that comes to your mind.
First of all, I had a lot fewer injuries when running than I have in a really long time. My running times have come down substantially. I mean, I'm running times now that I wasn't running 10 years ago. I'm really fast. Got some age group awards and stuff like that in the past 2 races, and that's not happened for a really long time.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
So it's really cool. It's crazy. It's like, okay, this is going to help me achieve a goal, and lo and behold, it did.
That's super cool. Yeah, it is. I think the gym's fun as shit, man. I fully agree with you. I love that you think that too, because you see that in your consistency. The people that like going to the gym and they actually find it fun, it's much easier for them to just show up all the time. You know what I mean? And looking back at all your True Coach logs, very easy to see that you probably enjoyed it. What would you tell somebody who is hesitant about making the jump to work with a fitness coach or a personal trainer? A good one. Like me.
But if you get a good trainer who's going to listen carefully to your goals, takes an approach to design something for you, and is willing to adjust along the way, it's awesome. Right?
Yeah.
So just don't be afraid. A great coach is not going to force you into something that isn't right for you. It's been a blast. I mean, it's like we've been working together for maybe a year and a half now at this point.
I think so.
And it's been really, really cool. Look, I mean, I'm grateful for everything that you've done. It's been It's been awesome. I'm glad we gave it a shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been an awful lot of fun.
Well, awesome, Jason. I really appreciate it, man. Those were some
not a problem.
Thorough answers.